He'll paint your noose like an old man. He's got you thinking about your death and you are frightened.
Everyone, I'm Ada from PoisonedRock, and today we are with Svend from Baest. Hi, Svend.
Yeah. Hi, Ada.
First of all, I wanted to ask you that we can say the common question, which is the meaning of Baest.
Okay, so beast is kind of just a beast in Danish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's gonna be some beastly music. It's gonna be rough and aggressive. It's gonna be brutal. So that's why we thought the name was fitting.
Okay, and what about the band for people who still didn't know you?
Sorry?
For people that still didn't know Baest, what could you tell about the band?
Baest is playing death metal with a kind of old school approach. So we try to use the classic tricks and guitar sounds and themes and cover art. So we basically want to look a bit back, not try to be as modern as some other bands. Basically, just because we like the classics more than we like new stuff.
Yeah, I saw you at Summer Breeze back then in 2018, and I also interviewed Simon Olsen. In fact, I have a picture with all of you. I don't know if you remember. At that period, you announced the imminent release of Danza Macabre. So, what about this album?
Dance Macabre is the debut album on Century Media Records, and went great. Went to the #1 spot for vinyl sales in Denmark. Mm-hmm. And we did some tours. Played Copenhagen twice and Roskilde twice, and then we released the second album, Venenum, last year in September.
Yeah.
I have Lasse, the guitarist,
here
as tech support and such.
So I have 2 members of this. I will write 2 members. Okay.
Actually 3. This is plays bass.
Almost all the band. Hi.
Almost, because we just did a small rehearsal. We're writing songs for the third album.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And I remember that at that period you had a tour with Abbat.
Yeah.
How did it go?
That was amazing. Like he's a fucking character. So we had a lot of exciting experiences with Abbat. He's just as crazy as you think he is. And that was fun. And we met a lot of the guys from the crew that we've met on other tours in Europe, because we toured with Decapitated and Aborted and Entombed afterwards. So we did a lot of touring after the Abbat show.
That's amazing. And speaking about your last album, Venom, which is the difference between Danza Macabre and in Venom? There is a particular topic that you developed?
Venenum is a concept album revolving around Dante's Inferno.
Okay.
So we basically did Dante's Inferno with some rewriting. So every song fits a circle in hell. So you advance through hell the more you listen to the album. And we did a small novel as well with a writer called Richard Galbraith that explains the narrator's journey through hell and what he finds.
You can read and listen at the same time.
Yeah, and we did it so the reading time is about 40 minutes, as is the album, so it should fit.
So it's perfect. And if we just take a look to the band which influenced your sound mostly?
Mostly, I guess it's Bloodbath from the beginning, because it's super old school, but from the present time.
Yeah.
We also, everyone loves Opeth, Michael Okerfeldt in general. We do this third album, there's way more Carcass inspiration and a lot more Morbid
Which
Angel
type
stuff
of Carcass?
as well.
Which period of Carcass? Hardcore, the best one.
Yeah. Not the most grindcore stuff, but we're trying to seek a little bit out of the Swedish death metal and just try to write what we think is fun to play.
So, next question, in fact, would be like if you are more inspired by the Floridian death metal or the Sweden one, but I guess it's the Floridian death metal.
No, actually, it's Swedish from the beginning. Yeah, because there's a lot of rock and roll inspiration in, for example, Entombed, which we all really enjoy. So we try to make it a bit more melodic and catchy, whereas like Floridian death metal is sometimes really, really fucking brutal, like Deicide. That's not that catchy. It's just plain brutal, and that's sick as well. But we try to mix some more catchy stuff into it.
So if there is a song that could represent the sound of Baest, a particular song.
A particular song that would represent the sound of Baest.
You're looking for that.
Baest.
I think from Danza Macabre, it would probably be Ego Te Absolvo or Crossor, because it's super melodic and catchy, but still HM2, that's a guitar pedal, HM2 driven. Super extreme as well. So Ego Te Absolvo, and from the second album, Venenum, I would probably choose Heresy, because Heresy is catchy, but still really extreme. We have a song called As Above, So Below that's really death inspired, and that's also a part of Baest, like being inspired from old school death metal bands.
Okay,
so that's 4 songs.
4 songs. Okay, so for people that know you, they can choose this first song for listening this. Okay, so speaking personally for you, Svend, which band influenced your musical career as musician or as human being?
In the beginning, it was basically Metallica and Pantera, and that's where all my idea of riffing comes from. And then started listening to death metal some years after, and that's basically Bloodbath. And then that turned me on to Entombed, that turned me on to Death, turned me on to Morbid Angel. So it starts with just general heavy riffing in Metallica and Pantera.
That's great. And you've basically been declared like one of the most influenced band in Denmark, winning award as a so. How does it feel? How does it feel to be like on the crowd, even in Europe, I think, because right now everyone speaks about this. So how does it feel to be like one of the most important band in the death metal and metal scene in Europe and in Denmark?
It's in Denmark. It's kind of weird because we know all the other bands that we used to look up to before things went crazy for Baest. So now it's kind of sometimes a bit awkward, we're headlining a show, and the support bands are some bands we used to listen to 5-10 years ago. But for us, we've done a lot of hard work. So it's, I think in some ways in Denmark we deserve it because we played more and longer and harder than the other bands. For the Europe scene, it's still weird to think that we're a bit up there because we haven't been to Europe that much. Like, for example, we never played Berlin yet. So there will be a tour next year going through Berlin. Actually, 2 tours going through Berlin. So we're going to see a lot more of Europe.
So which difference is basically from the other death metal bands?
I think, for example, social media-wise, we're a bit more accessible. Like, there's a lot of pictures from like everyday situations or situations in the rehearsal space, and that's what I like from other bands when I see a picture from the studio or from the rehearsal space, because I want to know what these guys do when they're not playing shows.
You create like a connection with your fans.
Yeah, hopefully, because I love all the old Pantera home videos because you get to know the guys.
Yeah, to feel closer to them.
Yeah, and that's what I enjoyed growing up. So that's what we kind of try to do and make everything involved in this project called Baest.
That's amazing. So you've been touring. You've been touring a lot for. In these years, there is a moment on touring, or there could be also in a festival that you remember mostly, or there could be a funny moment, or just a personal moment, a band you saw. It could be anything, or from this on the stage, or from you that you see in a stage, other bands on the stage.
There's some moments we do remember. For example, playing with Abad in Mannheim. After the show, there wasn't that many people there, and I think he was a bit frustrated. So after the show, we just kept running back to the stage and sweeping it with a giant ass
broom.
With a giant ass broom. So Abad just took the piss on everyone, and it was super funny. A nice live experience was playing Copenhagen 2019 because there was 18,000 people watching. And we had the record of most crowd surface, and there was how many?
300, 400, 412, 400.
We had 412 people crowd surfing during an hour of show. So that was pretty big as well.
Yeah.
So 18,000 people. It was 6 in the evening.
Yeah.
So that was a huge show for us.
Amazing. So now just change type of questions. Now you are the organizer of a festival, okay? So you have to choose the lineup.
Choose the lineup for the festival.
Yeah.
The first time.
And also you can choose the country, of course. Just put it also the country.
Country is gonna be Eastern European country. It's gonna be Slovakia. Because for us in Denmark, it means super cheap beers and also better lineups. We wanted to watch Carcass the first time we played Copenhagen, but didn't because of problems at the entrance. So Carcass is going to be at the top. Then we're going to watch some Iron Maiden because that's a fucking party band.
Yeah.
The next one is going to be Bloodbath. For some just to remember why we started the whole band. And then we're gonna have some rock music like Kvælertak and some Kiss.
And this, of course, you just want to play like it being maybe they hope like the opening band.
We can open the stage and then party for the rest of the night.
Okay, you prefer enjoy than playing in that moment.
Yeah. I like to open the stages because everyone is kind of tired and hungover, and then we go on and go really fucking hard, and everyone's like, "What?" And then that makes for a good day.
Okay, so a question that is similar but different because you have to pick up 5 songs or albums or artists. They could be from metal to rock, whatever type of music you want. That it's up to me. Influenced you prefer, you love, whatever.
Okay. So I'm gonna pick 5 albums then.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Fathomless Mastery by Bloodbath.
Okay.
It's
one.
All the different aspects of death metal you need to listen to. I'm gonna pick Vulgar Display of Power with Pantera because that's all you need to listen to understand how groovy a band can be. I'm gonna pick And Justice for All by Metallica. And then it's going to be Domination by Morbid Angel, if you also need to understand how melodic but brutal death metal can be. And then I need one more album, and that's going to be... Ooh, that's a tough one.
You need just one.
It's going to be Hard Work by Carcass, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so, and which are the future plans of Baest?
We're recording the 3rd album this November.
Okay.
And it's going to be recorded live in studio, so we didn't try that before. So it's not going to be everyone sitting apart doing their parts. It's going to be everyone playing at the same time. And then we have some exciting tours going on next year. That was postponed from this year, but it's going to be some legendary people we're going to support, and then our own headline. Basically the new album coming out, 3rd album.
Yeah,
it's going to be
third album.
Different Baest. Yeah.
I mean, since I saw you from now, you made a lot of a lot of street. I mean, I imagine that you were like at the beginning because the first album he never was released yet. So and now you are basically at the top of the crowd. Next time you will be like in touring in all the world by next time. So
hopefully.
If you just had to give a message, for example, to the guys that wants to start playing some instrument, or even the band that wants to put in musical industry, which message you want to give to these guys or girls, of course?
So the best advice is do what you enjoy. If you have to play an instrument, pick one you think is really fucking cool, and then keep practicing and rehearsing. If you're a band that wants to join the music industry, be cool and be professional, like respond to emails, do some interviews. If you're booking some shows, be at the shows on time and really fucking play hard. Do it as if you had to do it as a professional life.
Yes.
If you do it as a hobby, only in the weekends, and you're not gonna work on it during weekdays, you're not gonna make it, because you have to be better and faster and more pro than the other guys.
Okay,
so go full on.
Okay, so we are basically at the end. So I just a message for your fans, our followers, and everyone in the world.
We're Baest. Check it out if you like some fucking heavy rock and roll music and enjoy some death metal too. Keep watching, because we're gonna fuck everything up this year.
Okay, thank you so much, Svend, for this interview. It was really nice to see you again for the second time, and
nice to see you.
Greetings to the other guy, and see you soon then. Bye.
See you soon. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
To the preacher during the sermon, he's a saint to the fools of the old land, but we can see straight through the tricks that he is turning. He'll speak, but you gotta believe